And rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium.
Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we got a great one in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Ready. Ultra. Go Ultra. Set.
They start on the ground here at Sanders.
And he'll take this one out to about the 23.
The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 5. Yellow. Let's go.
Young to throw it. And that is incomplete.
That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
This is taken at the 15. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. Take over.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10
at their own 21.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
It was D.J. Johnson on the tackle. Now a 2nd and 6.
Play action. It's Goff.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. That's good for 28 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Goff now looking to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it. They had a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights, national television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Ready.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And Young's throw there incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Red, cycle. Set, go.
Young now. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. Room here to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Williams. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll try the air now with Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Goff now looks to throw, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So illegal touching, Charles. If you set foot out of bounds as a receiver, you can't be the first to touch it.
You nailed it on that one. You've got to be mindful of the sideline.
Patterson's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
22 needle. Fight, 97. Red, yellow. Ready.
A 1st down throw for Young. Outright caught by Chosen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Green jack. Smash, red. Hut.
From the shotgun, it's Young. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their two drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting sixes on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a magical third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 54 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. Striker, 3, set.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. To throw on 2nd down is Young. To the left side and taken in by Chosen. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, Young. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He'll look to set up his blockers. And now off to the races down the right side. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That play over before it got anywhere thanks to Christian Wilkins.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off play action. Here's Goff.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
But it's always easy to second-guess a call, but maybe you should have just handed it off here on 3rd and short instead of keeping it on a play-action pass attempt. Now it's 4th and long, and just gave the defense a lot of momentum to build on for the next series.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
Ready up.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who was not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Brian Burns, his 2nd sack of the night. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may give more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
69 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown. A Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2.
They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
Riley Patterson to kick off for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Fielded at the 20. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Let's go.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Goff now to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Counter play, here's Gibbs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 55 yards. And the Lions continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out.
It got his man complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Chosen, 82 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front.
And we're back now in Charlotte.
It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Back to throw, Goff. It's complete to Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
137 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. Going back to Gibbs on first down.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Brian Burns, the one to bring him down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
They'll pitch it out to Gibbs here.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here we go, set.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st
and that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Carolina. 48 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Ready.
Now Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Miles Sanders, 31 yards.
And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead down to 10, 24-14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now 2nd and 3. Another run for Gibbs here. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
On second down, here's Gibbs.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that not just important to the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Young. That ball caught. It's chosen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Young to throw.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Young.
Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. The clock showing 19 seconds to go. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.